Welcome viewers, this is Danny from Lego Buff Productions, here with a tutorial on how to build this Lego Poké Ball. So without further ado, let's go ahead and deconstruct it. So it's actually very easy to build the basic shape of the Poké Ball. So to build the sides, you're going to want to take these plates, but after I build this you can actually see you can use a few different sizes of plates to accomplish the same look. So you're going to take a 1x6 and a 2x6, the 1x6 on the bottom, and then take a 1x4 and put it right on top in the middle there. And then you're going to go ahead and take a 1x2, put it on top of the 1x4, and a 1x4 on top of the 1x6. So you're going to go ahead and take this and replicate it 4 times total, so you have 3 in addition to this one. So you can see I have a total of 4 of those, so those are all the sides for the white ones. And then you're going to do the exact same for the red, except the only difference is instead of on the bottom putting a 1x6 first, you're going to want to put 2 1x2s and then a 2x2 plate so that it sticks down like that. Then you can cover up the top again, so instead of using a 1x2 and a 1x4, I'm going to use 2 of these corner plates right here. And there it accomplishes the same look. And this way you have this 1x2 part sticking out, and you're going to go ahead and put a 1x6 black plate there. So this is going to be the black ring around the Pokemon. So the red ones will look like this, and again you will make a total of 4 of those. So you have 4 red ones and 4 white ones. And now for the bottom and top of the Pokeball. These will be the exact same, identical for both white and red. You're going to want to make this basic shape to start. Again, you can use a wide variety of plates. I decided to use 2 2x2 plates, a 2x8 plate, and 2 2x3 plates. You can see those there. And then again, you just want to make this basic shape, so any kind of plates you have, just to make this exact same shape there. Then you're going to go ahead and take a 4x6 plate right here and place that going this way. You can also place it going the other way. Either way works because in the end it'll make the exact same shape. And then you're going to take 2 1x4 plates, attach them on the other sides going this way. And if you attach this plate going this way, then you're going to do it the opposite sides. And then you're going to take a 1x2 plate and put it on top of the 1x4. Do the exact same on this side. So it'll look like that. Then you're going to go ahead and do the same thing again. Take a 1x4 and put a 1x2 on top of it, and put it on top of the 4x6 plate this time. So it'll look like that. So it's slowly building up there on the sides. And then you're going to take either a 2x6 plate or 2 2x3 plates, again, whatever you have available. Put those in the middle of the 1x4s with the 1x2s on top, like so. Put a 2x4 plate top of those, and then finally another 2x2 plate. So you're going to build kind of this towering plate structure, and then you're going to do again the exact same with the red there, so you have 2 identical ones. Now to connect all the sides to the bases, you're going to want to get a bunch of these pieces. They go by a few different names, either Travis bricks, 1x1 bricks modified with studs on all sides. They're also called like super studs. A bunch of different names for this one brick. They were on Pick-a-Brick for a long time, so that's where I got them in black. You're going to take 4 of them for each base, so a total of 8, and put them in every single corner of these 2x2 plates. So one in this corner, another one in this corner, and then the other 2 go in the bottom corners. So in the end, it will look just like that. And then you're going to do the same for the red, except this time you're going to put them in the same corners, but put these pieces in them. These are Technic pins, the smaller ones. There's like that stud on the front there. Commonly found in blue. They're also in some light bluish gray and a few other colors too. Put those in all the corners. So it's the same brick, just that Technic pin in there. And there you have it. So these are the 2 sides. Then you're just going to go ahead and take your sides. Make sure the 1x2 plate part is on the bottom, so facing down, going towards the base, and just connect them onto all of these sides here. So this technique is commonly found when making circles, spheres, all different sorts of type of things. So you can use this on Star Wars builds, city builds, any type of build really for Lego to make a sphere looking shape out of plates. So that's my basic sphere on the bottom, my 1/2. And then for the red, I'm going to do the exact same. This time you just want to make sure you have the black facing up, but again, that 1x2 plate going down. You're going to attach them all 4 sides again. Very simple. So then you can see, once they're all attached there, this is kind of what it'll look like once you have it attached. But again, we have those corners open and we somehow have to attach these two together. So let's go ahead and fix those corners. Now the corners are a little bit tricky. I'll show you what I used, but you can come up with your own technique if you'd like. What I took are these tap pieces. They look like nozzles. And then I took a 1x1 plate with a clip on top of it and then attached it. I guess you could say this is an illegal technique, but attached it sideways like this. Now I've also seen people do it like this, if you'd like to. I know Lego Spencer did it this way when he built the Poké Ball. However, I'm going to stick with this way because I like it best. And you're just going to attach these on top of these studs. The blue studs or the friction pins. The Technic pins that are inside those black pieces. And just connect them on all the sides. Again, this is only on the red half, not the white one. And then when we flip it over, you can see that they cover up the corners pretty nicely. I'm pretty satisfied with it. Now the only thing I'm going to do is take these 1x1 bricks with this part on them and attach a stud, or you could attach anything to them really, and put these on the sides so that these things, when you tip it over, don't drop down and hang. Kind of hard to see, but they can hang too low, so I like to put these just on 2 of the sides here. So you gotta fit them in there, put them in. They'll keep the corners from falling down too low, so they're pretty much at the right height that you want them at. So again, you kind of just fit this into the side, and this is where I attach them. Again, you can use whatever you feel is best. You may not even need these for your specific model. And again, if you feel a different corner design works better for you, go ahead and use it. So once I attach those all in, we have pretty much the complete Poké Ball. The last thing we need to add is the front part, that is like the opening part. So I take a 1x2 jumper or modified plate. It kind of looks like a tile, which is 1 stud in the middle. Put that in the front there, right in the middle of that 1x6 plate. And then you can either take a dish, or I took a 2x2 round plate, put it on top of that jumper, and then I put a white stud right in the middle of it, so it looks like the front of the Poké Ball. Now there's 2 different ways you can attach this to this. You can attach it so it's secure, but it doesn't open, or you can attach it so it's a little bit looser, but it does open up. So I'll go ahead and show you the easiest way, which is just making it secure first. So as I mentioned, the first way and the easiest way is just to attach it securely, so that way it doesn't fall apart that easily. However, you won't be able to open it. So what you're going to do is just take off 2 sides of it. So one side on the top of the red part, I chose the back, and then one side on the white part. So that way you can look inside when you do this, like so. And you're just going to take some plates. I took 2x4 plates. It's easiest to attach them first, just one of them first on the white one, and then you can look inside, put your finger in there, and attach it to the red one. And then I do that on all 3 sides that you can see in there. You want to make sure that it's firmly attached. There we go. That's 2 sides, and then I'll go ahead and do the 3rd one. Flip it over there in here. And again, you can use any size plates that you have available. So there you can see those are securely attached. You want to make sure all the sides are still in correctly. And then when you put these sides back on, you want to make sure that the corners are facing out and they didn't fall inside the Poké Ball. So I'll put the red one on first. Again, just making sure those corners are facing out. Get it there. You can also attach these two together and put them on, but it will be a little bit more difficult. So I just do it this way. And then that way we have the Pokeball pretty secure. I can pick it up, put it down easily, it doesn't fall apart, spin it around. You know, it does not fall apart. And this is really if you want to do videos with it, or you want to hold it constantly or possibly throw it. It'll probably break down if you throw it a lot. But that's the way to keep it secure, nice and easy. Now I'll show you how to make it so it can open up. Now when you build it with a hinge, it will be obviously less secure, so you want to make sure that each side is attached securely, and make sure not to attach this to this. Obviously it would not open up. So what I did is I made a hinge that hides on the inside. You can make one that hides on the outside. It might be a little bit more stable when opening it up. However, I wanted to hide it on the inside so that you wouldn't see it at all. So I took the white half first, and I took a 1x4 plate and two 1x1 plates, put them on top of each other, and then I put this 1x2 plate with that bar hanging on the front, and put this droid arm on it where the hands change direction. So I have it just like that. I attached it to the back, or really any side, it doesn't matter, on one of the sides, and made sure it was secure. Next, I took the red part, went to the back, so remember this part is the front, this is the back, and then I took the same 1x2 piece that's modified with that bar hanging out on the front, and attached two droid arms. This time they're going the same direction, and then I put a 1x2 plate on the front there, and then I attached it on the inside, this time all the way on the bottom. So you want to make sure you get it all the way in there. The side may come out because you want to make sure it's attached firmly, so you know you just attach the side back on again. There you go, like that. And then I just attached this tile, this 1x6 one, onto the Travis bricks or modified bricks or super studs, whatever you want to call them, and made sure it was on there firmly, so that way it'll prevent this part from kind of poking up there and detaching. So then you simply just put one of these pieces, it's a pneumatic piece, pneumatic T, attach it to the two droid arms there, like so, and then you'll attach that, bend it down like that, attach it to this droid arm right here, and then this may take a few tries, I know it has for me, to make sure it's attached firmly and that it can open up and close constantly, so it may take a few tries to get it right, but once you do get it, it'll look something like this. So again, it is a little bit loose there, but then you can open it up. Well, I got it on almost my first try there, but like I said, this will come attached, detached just a few times at the beginning until you get it firmly set in place, and then you'll be able to constantly open and close it without a problem. So that does it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my channel for some other awesome LEGO videos, as well as check out the Pokemon Go video I made that featured this Pokeball. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.